everyone, this is a new series called Nat's Rambles. I am in a wig cap today. Since the series I'm going to be talking about random stuff while doing makeup, but this is cosplay makeup. This is Homestuck. And for today's topic of discussion, it will be the Onceler fandom of 2012, because I spent too much time thinking about the Onceler. As you can see, they're on my wall. It's the ironic zone, since my interest is not serious. Obviously, I mean, you're supposed to use primer, but I don't care about my skin, so put on the gray. And yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, the Onceler fandom, that was an interesting thing that happened. It was like a phenomenon. You always see people say like, oh, this character's the new Onceler. Like right now it's Raymond from Animal Crossing. They're always like, he's the new Onceler, and it's like all these people think he's hot and everything. But I would say no. Since the Onceler fandom, nothing quite else has ever quite reached the level that was gotten. And I will talk about that now. So, with the Onceler fandom, you have to understand, when the movie came out, no one cared about the Lorax movie. The Lorax movie, it's not very good. It's very bad, in fact. If you wouldn't believe me, watch it. It's on Netflix now. But it's bad. And, people only cared about the Onceler. And it's basically, they only cared about the Onceler because he's hot in the way that, like, people on 2012 Tumblr would think was hot. You know, he's very skinny, lanky, fashionable, debatable about that, but yeah, people thought he was hot and they developed a fandom about him. Thanks to Sarah Zed and Heritage Posts for teaching me about all of this. Though I do have a Onceler blog before Heritage Posts started covering the Onceler, so yeah, I run a Onceler blog, ironically. Lol. So, but the thing about the Onceler fandom, okay, so it started out, a lot of people just made ass blogs, which, yeah, ass blogs, very popular, you know, people like, it's fun roleplay, whatever, with your favorite characters, but then they don't care about anyone else in the movie. So it's not like you're seeing, I mean, I think a couple existed, there's a wiki, again, Sarah said thanks for telling me about this, but there's a wiki that's out there, and there's like a few other random Lorax characters you can find on the wiki. There's like one or two Teds, a couple Grandma Normas that existed. Obviously, like, none of these are active anymore. But, like, in general, it's basically only the Onceler. And obviously, if it's only the Onceler, it's boring, since you don't want just, like, a fandom based around one character. It can't, just setting the first layer and then I'll add more. You can't do much if it's just one character, you know? Like, you have to have a little more, since it's not fun to just have, like, a one standalone guy. So then they split the Onceler in two, into the, if you can see back here, the Onceler, which is the one from the beginning, with the fedora and the vest, and then the Greedler, which is the one in the green suit. And then, not only did they split them into two, they started shipping the two Oncelers together. This became known as Oncest, Classic Oncest. It's just your standard, you know, it's weird, but it exists. Going down my neck, but you probably should if you're actually gonna wear this. I'm just doing it so it's not just me talking, and I'm bored, since gotta do multitask. I'm now gray enough to do the rest of the makeup. Anyways, so then, you know, you had your two Oncelers and Oncest, Classic Oncest. But then that gets boring too at one point. You know, it's just two characters, one ship. What if you want to try something new? And now, Sarah Z talked about this a lot too. There are a lot of AU Oncelers, so we're gonna go in with this palette, going with the blue since this is Vriska. So yeah, they made multiple different Oncelers. They made AU Oncelers, so it'd be like AU, you could find it for basically anything. You know, there's actually, like Sarah Zed mentioned, there's like a list. You can go on a wiki, and there's so many different Oncelers. Crossover Oncelers, like I know a Homestuck Onceler existed at some point. Sadly, that blog has been deactivated because basically all of them have been. There's like only a few left up there. yeah, so, you know, and then like those Ask blogs all started interacting with each other and talking with each other and getting in relationships with each other, and then eventually that just led to large group role plays, again mentioned by Sarah Zed in her videos. So like you'd have, I think some of the biggest, most popular, most famous ones would be Truffle Flu, which actually I think that had other characters from the Lorax in it. I know there were some Audreys and Teds and stuff, but it was a lot of Onslers. It's like some post-apocalypse, I think. I don't know a ton about Truffle Flu, except I think it's technically still active. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I've seen a couple people talk, like 3 people talk about how Truffle Flu is still active on the Onceler side of Tumblr, which I'm on. Love that. It's honestly a great community. Since it's like cringe culture is dead, let's just talk about the Onceler. Yeah. So, and another famous one is Camp Weehawken, which is, I think Sarah Zed mentioned that this is the first. Again, most of this is from her. I'm kind of just talking since I'm bored. You might want, if you actually want information, Sarah Zed's the way to go. Or Heritage Posts if you use Tumblr actively. And yeah, so it's like that was a big summer camp roleplay. So it's like all the Onslers went to summer camp together, and it was like a bunch of Onslers were involved. You know, and again, they were all dating each other, since that's what this is really about. And honestly, here's the thing. The Onceler fandom was a fad. As far as I can tell, even by 2013, a lot of people, and definitely like 2014, at that point, very few people cared about the Onceler anymore. It was like a quick fad that probably only lasted like a year, a couple months, even. I don't know. And now most people just are like, oh, the Onceler, that's cursed. But actually, there are quite a few Onceler blogs still out there on the internet if you so desire to find them, including mine, which I will not link below since maybe we'll see. Mine has like 300 followers, and most of them are not people in the Onceler fandom. And I would say the Onceler fandom now, it's a lot more self-aware and ironic. Everyone knows that this is like remembered as one of like those cursed fandoms. So like a lot of it's just memes, and there are definitely some completely genuine people left. And honestly, go them. Like that's cool. I respect you a lot. And I mean, like, I wouldn't even say I'm fully ironic. There's something fun about just being in this community of people who are all like, yeah, well, who cares if this is something that everyone says died in 2013, I'm having fun. And like, cheers to that, you know? That's what it's all really about. It's just about having fun. Like, now Tumblr can do like the group chat thing. Like the one once the group chat has over 100 people, and I'm in it. And while not everyone's super active, it's unfair to say that there's not at least like 30 or plus people left in the fandom, and a good amount of them actively post about it. So like, it's not a big fandom, but like, if you want to join, nothing's against it. And plus, with the movie, Lorax movie, it got on Netflix recently. And this account, Heritage Posts, which reblogs a bunch of old classic cursed posts on Tumblr, those are both kind of combining, and it seems like it's kind of making a comeback. And I mean, that kind of happens with fandoms. Like, eventually, everything comes back around. So, honestly, if you want to go, like, make a Onceler blog, have fun with it. Like, I'm just applying stuff that my, I don't have blue I lost my blue lipstick, so I'm just kind of packing on this. But yeah, if you want to go make a Onceler blog, have fun with it. Like, who am I to judge? I have one too. It's all fun. We'll welcome you with open arms as long as you don't like be mean to us. Do it, dude. Just do it. Like, what's the point? Just join the Onceler fandom already. We'll welcome you with open arms. YOLO. Just do it. This is rambling. This whole video is rambling, and it's trash, and I'm probably not gonna post it But if I did post it and you're watching it, hey, bad decision on my part.